C is for clothing. Hi, I'm Nicolette. I'm an audiobook narrator, but I've also spent years on the other side of the mic as a producer and engineer. So I'll be wearing that hat today while having a quick chat about what and what not to wear in the studio while recording your audiobook. When it comes to your clothing, I'd say what to wear in the studio is the polar opposite of what to wear to an interview. As a rule, in the studio, I like to see less of this and more of this. The wonderful thing about acting for audio is that nobody can see you. Except me, and trust me, I'm not one to judge. So be comfortable. Bear in mind you're going to be sitting in the same chair for 6 to 7 hours. One of the most common sounds I hear after an hour or two in the studio is the unzipping of jeans. Not in that way. Unless the title calls for it, of course. Look, those jeans may make your butt look great, but if you can't breathe in them, there's no point. These jeans, however, I fully support. Be careful to avoid clothing that rustles or squeaks like nylon or leather jackets or floaty sleeves. If the sound of your clothing is something you've never noticed before, have a little wiggle around in your outfit before you leave the house. You'd be amazed what our microphones pick up. I was once working with a lovely author who had a beautiful voice, but for some reason every time she opened her mouth, all I could hear was squeaks. After much investigation, she realised it was the underwire in her bra squeaking every time she took a breath. Remember, the noisier your clothing, the more you'll have to restrict your movement in the studio, which can affect your performance. Now, the main reason this isn't my fave is because there are few things noisier than a crisp, starched shirt. Also, why is he holding a skateboard? He's definitely not going skateboarding in that. I digress. I've honestly had actors on multiple occasions take their shirt off entirely to record. Again, my job is sounding far sexier than it is. One actor I worked with took off his noisy shirt but put his jacket back on, only half zipped up. When we broke for lunch, he completely forgot what he was wearing and received some very strange looks in Pret about his shirtless but jacketed situation. On the other hand, a soft cotton t-shirt is always safe, both for you because it breathes, and for me because it makes very little noise. And dress in layers so you can remove clothing if you get too warm or snuggle up in that cozy jumper if it gets chilly. Another important thing to note is jewellery. No. All your bangles may look great, but every time you turn the page or scroll up on your script, the editors are left with this delightful mess. The microphones we use are incredibly sensitive, so every jingle, jangle and tiny tinkle will be picked up. Large earrings too can be uncomfortable to wear underneath headphones, so small studs or sleepers are going to make your life much easier. But look, I don't want to crap your style, so if you've got a few spare grand to drop, you're welcome to invest in these bad boys and combine function with fashion. On the accessories note, you may want to leave your watch at home unless you want your performance to sound like this. Other little things to watch out for are buttons, rattling buckles on dungarees and loose change in your pockets, but if you've considered all the things I've mentioned, you'll be fine. The most important thing is for you to stay comfortable, so all you have to think about when you're in the booth is your performance. Happy reading!